Hello, this is Chaneta, author of How to Have This and That. And my topic today is Assumptions Are Powerful. I've used some excerpts from Neville Goddard's lectures, one of my favorite people. We assume a lot of things in our lives about ourselves and other people. We spin all kinds of stories about ourselves and others, making it up as we go along. Some negative, some positive, of course. Why not spend your energy assuming only the best, only the positives? Has it dawned on you that how you think about yourself is how other people are inclined to see you and how your life is now unfolding for you? Our lives and situations merely accommodate the view we hold of ourselves, other people, and the world. Our lives change when we alter or change our view. They change to match the view we hold of ourselves. For example, if you see yourself as a victim, people see you that way and they treat you as a victim. If you see yourself needy, people pick up on that. If you see yourself not worthy of the best, people treat you like that. If you feel yourself worthy of the best, guess what? People also pick up on that frequency, and they treat you accordingly. I know you get my drift, right? Even if you don't verbalize what you think about yourself, people will pick up your energy frequency. We are one. We are interconnected. You cannot fool anyone, including yourself. All transformations, all changes begin within you, with an intense, burning desire to be transformed. The first step in the renewing of the mind is desire. We must want to be different and intend to be before you can begin to change yourself. How do you do this? You do this by assuming the feeling of your wish to fulfill. Neville Goddard says, by assuming that you are already the person you wish to be, and by desiring to be other than what you are right now. You can create an ideal person, the ideal person you want to be, and assume that you're already that person. If this assumption is persisted in until it becomes your dominant feeling, the attainment of your ideal is inevitable. Believe that a positive change is already taking place in your life and stay with that feeling, and it will manifest for you. Conditions you now face came about through your earlier assumptions. We continually live psychologically in the place that we are now physically. This is how we maintain the same state of consciousness. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you don't have enough of whatever you desire, stop living in that place psychologically. That is, stop mentally looking at your present condition and focus on what you would like to have instead. Live in enoughness psychologically, and it will manifest for you physically. Of course, if you like where you are, keep living where you are. In other words, stop focusing on lack and start focusing on abundance, good health, happiness, and all the lovely things that we're told to do in Philippians 4:8, which says, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. The more you think of lovely things, the more your situation in life will reflect loveliness. How do you do this? Change your state of consciousness. Shift to a different place psychologically. For instance, where your physical situation is seen as a condition of not enough money, love, health, friends, or whatever you don't have, live mentally in a place where you see the situation as the opposite, as the condition of more than enough money, love, peace, joy, health, and happiness, and so forth. In this mental place, view yourself as wealthy, feel wealthy, and act like you're already wealthy, happy, and healthy. See your situation as already changed. Acknowledge the change and live in that place psychologically. Live that change mentally, in your imagination. The assumption is you're already the person you want to be and already have the things you want to have. So how do you change your situation mentally? You imagine how you would feel when you have plenty of money, good health, and time freedom. What emotion would come over you? What would you feel like if you had money to do what you want, when you want, if you want, anytime you want? How would that change your finances and affect the feelings and the views you have of yourself right now and the world. It would change. How would you feel if you were happy, healthy, and successful? Don't wait for it to happen. Feel that way now, because as Neville says, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. As within, so without. May I tell you, you have the power within you to create anything you want. It doesn't matter what is happening in your life right now or what the evidence of your senses tell you. Know that the power of God is within you. You create from within, and your life is the fulfillment of your own imaginal acts. Take responsibility for your creations, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because when you realize that you've created what you don't like, you realize you have the power to also create what you do like. Isn't that empowering? Yes, it is. Neville says imagination is always fulfilling itself. If you imagine on lovely things, you will reap them, for they will become the fulfillment of what you have imagined. Chaneta says, when you are AAC, that is awake, aware, and conscious, you will be more conscious of what you are imagining, thinking, and asking for. You will spend more time focusing on the things that you do want and not on the things that you don't want or don't have. It doesn't matter what's happening in your physical world right now. Stop looking at all the negative sides of life, all the negative news that we hear, and realize there's equally good news for us to focus on as well. Start walking in the consciousness, the assumption of being that which you want to be. No one may see it as yet, it doesn't matter. But you don't need a man to roll away your problems and your obstacles in life in order to express it. That is in your consciousness and your mental being, which will then be manifested for you. Once you assume the state you wish to occupy as already manifested, it has its own unique way of happening in this world, to becoming flesh. Because the whole world will be a time when people can see it for themselves, because the kingdom of heaven is within you, and that's where you can access your power. So start accessing that power right now. Start living psychologically where you want to live physically right now. Stand there mentally. Stand on that desired state. It's because by mentally standing there, the ways and the means are worked out for you to have what it is that you said you want, because you're assuming you're already there, and the universe has a way of bringing it to pass for you. So assume that you're in your dream house, driving your dream car, having your multi-million-dollar bank account, you're enjoying good health, great loving relationships, time freedom. Doesn't it feel good? Of course it feels good. And if you imagine it with intensity, when you wake up and open your eyes, when you imagine or act, you think you're actually there already physically. That's how it works. It's a mental journey. The mental journey to your desired state. The ones that you want to have fulfilled in your life. You will be amazed how it will come to pass. Because remember, I've said so many times, it's not for us to know how, it's for us to just know and to trust God that it will come to pass. Because He said, in my Father's house, there are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. So I'm asking, what mansion are you mentally living in today? The mansion of wealth, the mansion of health, the mansions of love, joy, and happiness? Or are you like the prodigal son who was living in poverty, although his father was rich and he could have lived like a king a long time ago? So let us be like the prodigal son who came to his senses and returned to live like a king in his father's house. Remember, it is not your business to be concerned about the ways and the means that will be employed to move you to where you want to be. God is in control, and with God, all things are possible. So why stay up at night and daytime worrying about this, that, and the other when God is taking care of the details? Romans 12:2 says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the new renewing of your mind. So replace your old concept of yourself by a new, improved, and empowering concept of yourself. Assume that you're already transformed. Stay in that assumption and it will come to pass. Disregard appearances, conditions, and in fact, all the evidences of your senses that's denying the fulfillment of your desire. Rest in the assumption that you're already what you want to be. For with God, what? All things are possible. Always be awake, aware, and conscious. That's AAC. You can have this and that. Isn't it wonderful? Yes, it is. This is Chaneta, author of How to Have This and That. Thank you for buying my books on Amazon.com. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below and clicking like. Share my videos with others and invite them to subscribe to my channel below and click like. Follow me on Facebook, Chaneta V. Cummings Lewis, and my fan page is Health, Wealth, and Time Freedom. And Instagram and Twitter is Health, Wealth, and Time Freedom. Thank you for being a part of my world of light, love, and energy, where all things are possible. Thank you.